fade away and classify myself as obsolete. I fade away and classify myself as obsolete. Ladies and gentlemen, total non-stop deletion. Delete, 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 delete. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Mark of the Master of the Mellow Planet, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some TNA today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's TNA 12/15/2016. It is total non-stop deletion. Now listen, guys, this is one of the most difficult reviews I will ever do because so much happened during this show. I'm all over the place here, and it's extremely hot in my apartment, even though it's blistering cold outside. So if I'm sweating a little bit, guys, if I look a little flustered, it's because there was so much to write down, so much to do to prepare for this review. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recap the show for you more or less and give you brief opinions on what I thought, if that's cool with you. I mean, and the cameraman's going to be standing there, so I'm going to try to do this within 20 minutes if I possibly can. If I can. So it's so much to do. Anyway. The show kicks off, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming from the Dome of Deletion in Cameron, North Carolina, the home of the Hardys, ladies and gentlemen. We have Senor Benjamin, who gives us a warning in Spanish, telling us to not try this at home. And in Vanguard 1 explains that no drones were injured during the process of recording this video. This leads us into a beautiful musical montage by Reby on the piano. Action 7 News and Action 7 News anchor, I forgot his name, so please leave your comments here below if you remember the name of the guy. I totally forgot to put that down. But he basically is reporting that there is a volcano in the middle of North Carolina that's exploded, and the character Itchweed is on the air, and this is Jeff Hardy. This is Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy. I sound like the guy that he's been in WWE. Call him Jeff Harvey. Jeff Hardy actually comes out. That's one of his alter egos, Itchweed, and he sends it back to the newsroom after, you know, saying, "Oh man, this is real cool, man. Look at all this craziness going on, man. And you got this volcano blowing up and all this." Just craziness. Anyway. Total non-stop deletion. I knew you'd come. The city is shut down, and only 50 fans are allowed inside the ring, and they are there at their own risk, and we're going to get into what happened there. Broken Matt Hardy comes into the ring, and he basically puts over the night's event, but he is interrupted by Rockstar Spud, who then says he is sick and tired of the entire Hardy family, especially Baby Maxwell, and challenges Baby Maxwell to a match. So this is the very first match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have Rockstar Spud versus King Maxwell in a no disqualification match. Now, Matt Hardy, Broken Matt, actually had an opponent. We find out who that is towards the end of this match, or at the end of this match. Baby Maxwell's in the ring. He's doing his little delete, delete, delete with his little chubby fingers. It's adorable. One of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. But he's getting ready for the fight of his life, ladies and gentlemen. And as Rockstar Spud prepares, Senor Benjamin comes up from behind after the bell is rung and tases the living hell out of him using the taser. Little Baby Maxwell runs his little chubby legs over across the ring and pins Rockstar Spud for the 1, 2, 3. Backstage, Baby Maxwell's first opponent, or potential first opponent, would have been his first opponent, Glenn Gilberti, formerly the Disco Inferno of the WCW, says he is glad it wasn't him. We're back. Action 7 News. And there is Chaos in Cameron. We have Betty Sue Fuentes, who is absolutely geeky hot, ladies and gentlemen. Give her my number. Anyway, she stops Sugar Shane Helms and the Helms Dynasty as they're coming in a pickup truck to go to the total non-stop deletion over at the the Dome of Deletion in Cameron, North Carolina. And she's like, look, you can't go over there. You know, this is craziness. The world's going to end, basically, or Cameron, North Carolina is going to end. And Sugar Shane says, step back. I thought he was going to say there's a hurricane coming, but he says, step back. I'm coming through. And he drives right on through. The Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson knock on the door of Matt Hardy. They challenge the Broken Brothers to the match of the century over at the Hardy compound, and they are invited in for green beans and beer. Ricky Morton loves his beer, apparently. Sienna's in the ring, and Sienna states that she is, in fact, the #1 contender for the Knockouts title. She calls out Rosemary, but Rosemary is nowhere to be found because Rosemary is banned. I mean, I would ban her too if she tried to steal my baby. She is not allowed. I bet you the government got involved somehow. I know child services. Somebody got involved here when it comes to that. But anyway, she challenges anyone to fight her for the #1 contendership. Vanguard 1 flies into the ring, ladies and gentlemen. It is Vanguard 1 versus Sienna for the #1 No, that didn't happen because the referee actually says you can't do that, and he throws Vanguard 1 out of the arena. Sienna comes back and says, all right, let me make this clear. I'm going to challenge any person. Ladies and gentlemen, a barbecue truck pulls up, and guess who it is? Yes, it is ODB, ladies and gentlemen. ODB, the old dirty bang. You know who I'm talking about. She is back, ladies and gentlemen. She is looking really, really strong, ladies and gentlemen. She comes back like a house of fire. She actually dominated most of the beginning of this match. They went back and forth just a little bit, but ODB showing why she is one of the toughest TNA knockouts in the business. Hopefully she stays around for a little while longer. Hopefully she becomes part of that knockouts division. I think she is. She's a legend in TNA. She's awesome. Very, very cool. But now here's the deal. Sienna goes for an avalanche, which was meant for ODB, but actually hits the referee. The referee gets knocked out of the ring. So the referee hits the floor. He's outside of the ring. Sienna goes outside. She grabs a chair. She swings and misses. ODB then uses the chair against her. She pins, that being ODB pins Sienna, and no referee. Well, Vanguard 1 flies in. He has a little hologram. 1, 2 shooting out the top of his head. Vanguard 1 gets pulled out of the ring. The referee says, no, I am the official here. You cannot do that. Only I count 3. So now while Vanguard 1 is arguing with the referee, yes, Vanguard 1 was arguing apparently with the referee outside the ring. Of course, Sienna grabs the chair back again, hits ODB, and then hits her finisher for the 1, 2, 3. And listen, I got to be honest with you, after the match, and by the way, Vanguard 1 is one lucky drone because ODB, even though she lost the match and even though she was hit with the silencer for the 1, 2, 3, ODB appreciated the fact that Vanguard 1 came to help, and she grabbed Vanguard 1 and she put Vanguard 1 right up in high definition against those big breasts and proceeded to motorboat Vanguard 1. One lucky son of a gun. Anyway, so that happened. And Josh Matthews is like, lucky it's not a 3D, which is absolutely hilarious. Sugar Shane Helms is backstage, and Broken Matt has a premonition that someone will be reincarnated later tonight. Itchweed versus Chet Starling. I have no idea who the hell Chet Starling is. I tried looking him up, really couldn't find no information on him. I think he's an indie wrestler around that area in North Carolina. Anyway. Hardy House Rules. It was a back and forth. Well, not back and forth. Itchweed, Jeff Hardy dominated most of the match. Actually put him through a table. I mean, 1, 2, 3 hits him with the pesticide elbow, and then he gets weed whacked. That being Chet at the end of the match. Yes, Itchweed used the weed whacker and cut his clothes off. You didn't watch the show. It's not my fault. I'm not going to get into specifics regarding what happened there, so you're going to have to go back and check it out. But I got to tell you something. Really, really weird stuff. So this match is really off to an unbelievable... I mean, this show is off to a weird, crazy start. Hey, our friend over here, OneWrestling.com. If you haven't seen the interview, guys, hey, I just put it up there. It's Eddie Edwards, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, defending his title versus Bobby Lashley. Of course, everything goes here. Bobby Lashley starts off attacking the champ. Fight goes to the floor. Eddie Edwards, you think he has the upper hand, but no. I mean, Bobby Lashley comes back and just basically starts to dominate him, and Bobby Lashley did carry most of this match. Now, Bobby Lashley ends up pushing one of the fans. The fans get absolutely incensed, so guess what they do? They physically get involved, and Eddie Edwards pushes Bobby Lashley into the fans. They hold Bobby Lashley a la crucifix up against his arms, holding his arms down, while Eddie Edwards proceeds to beat the living hell out of him. And Bobby Lashley comes to the ring. They go back and forth again. Bobby Lashley hits a big freaking a dominator. Oh my God, Bobby Lashley was outside the ring, and Eddie Edwards jumped off the apron, tries to do a Hurricane Rana. Bobby Lashley, remember, the fans are there at their own risk. Bobby Lashley power bombed the TNA World Heavyweight Champion onto the crowd, deleting the entire front row section, deleting all the fans. I think some kid lost his teeth. Unbelievable. Bobby Lashley and the TNA World Heavyweight Champion are fighting onto the floor towards the back of the back area, I guess, of the warehouse or wherever they are. And Bobby Lashley spears him right through the door outside into the woods, and they proceed to fight outside, and they continue to fight throughout the rest of the night. It is Tag Team Apocalypto, the TNA Tag Team Champions. Now I'm gonna read some of the names that appeared in this match. If I missed anything, guys, leave your comments here below. Please leave your comments here below, because there was so much going on, guys. I just could not follow with everything, so I'm gonna do my very best. Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero versus Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett, the Helms Dynasty, Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express, Abyss and Crazy Steve Decay, the Bruiserweights, the Bravado Brothers, which actually made a nice little nice showing there. So the Bravado, let me make a note of these guys. Anyway, the Ugly Ducklings, Soul Time, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, there was a big surprise during this match. So here we go. I'm going to try to break this down as much as I possibly can. Apocalypto begins, and the whole arena is filled with smoke, fire. Everyone is evacuated from the arena. I have no idea why. I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe I missed it, but everything was on fire. Everyone's evacuated. At the same time, we cut away. Bobby Lashley is choking the hell out of the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It is total mayhem. The Rock and Roll Express and the Broken Hardys attack the heels using the firework cannon. So we have that. And of course, you have Abyss, who's like, oh no, not again. He doesn't sound like that. But anyways, close enough. You have Helms and the boys. They're trying to get the hell out of there, jump in the pickup truck, but Broken Matt Hardy's in the back of the pickup truck, and he is fighting both of the Helms Dynasty members in the back of the pickup truck as they are driving the pickup truck. His brother Jeff jumps onto the motorcycle, and he tells the referee, get on the back of the motorcycle. We got to follow these mothers. The referee doesn't want to get on because he doesn't have a helmet. Jeff says, get on. And he goes. So now, basically, they finally catch up to them. We cut away. And we have the Decay outside. And they open the gate, and there are a whole bunch of tag teams. Now, I named the whole bunch. Like I said, if I missed anybody, please let me know here. So the Decay is going to fight these guys one-on-one. And Jeff and Matt are fighting Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett in the fields of the Hardy compound. Sugar Shane gets involved. Now the Decay is facing all these teams. Like I said before, you got the Bruiserweights. They get their necks snapped. Yes, a la, I'm gonna kill you. You're dead. Actually, one of the I forgot the guys' names. They was like, your boy dead. No, your boy, he dead. He broke his neck. You heard the cracking of. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, we're introduced to the Bravado Brothers and Spud. And Spud says that he's waiting for his big partner. We get a double choke slam to the Ugly Ducklings, and they're out. Soul Time get taken out with a giant rock. When I say a giant rock, a giant boulder was lifted above Abyss's head and crushed the skull of one of those members, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. Yes, apparently people are getting killed during this show. Spud is waiting for his big friend, and his big friend appears, and it is freaking Hornswoggle. It is Hornswoggle. I was surprised. I didn't expect that to happen. Now, the Hardys are fighting, and they're fighting for their life, and Matt Hardy's about to get pinned. The 1, the 2, and yes, Skarsgård saves the day. The boat, the dilapidated boat, gets involved, breaking up the pin. And the boys begin to attack, the heels begin to attack the dilapidated boat, dropping elbows, knees, and punches to the boat. Matt takes offense to this, pushing Shane Helms into the lake of reincarnation. Excuse me. He is reincarnated into the most disgusting thing, former member of 3 Count. Yes, he is back, and he is dancing with the Helms Dynasty, and he turns around and he says, you're not Shannon, you're not Evan. They were way better than you. And he gets a double super kick, that being, well, Sugar Shane Helms, and gets knocked back into the lake of reincarnation. They turn on their master, or their manager. Shouldn't say master. Anyway, the Bravado Brothers, actually, let's call them the Bravo Bros. The Bravo Bros come in, and they basically, they try to sneak attack Andrew Everett, and they try to go for the pin. Doesn't work. We got the Rock and Roll Express versus the Hardy Brothers, or the Broken Brothers. Now check this out. At the same time, we got Bobby Lashley and Eddie Edwards, and they're going at it. At the same time, the Bravo brothers or whatever, the Bravo bros are going at it with I mean, it's just crazy. They're fighting their way back in the dome. Anyway. Ricky Morton and Jeff, or Brother Nero, start to fight on two Skywalkers. If you don't know what a Skywalker is, Google it. And yes, they fight on two Skywalkers while Broken Matt's in the ring with with Robert Gibson. And finally, Matt gets the upper hand on Gibson. He ends up hitting the button on the Skywalker that Ricky Morton's standing on. He raises him all the way up. Ricky is stuck up there. And Robert Gibson, who was on the floor, Brother Nero jumps off the Skywalker, misses a swanton bomb. Robert Gibson gets a twist of fate, though, from Broken Matt for the 1, 2, 3. Dude, just unbelievable stuff. Anyway, Ricky Morton is left up top, and he's just, like, crying. Like, he's like, please, could you get me down from this? Please? Matt Hardy, you broken son of a bitch. He actually called him that. But anyway. Meanwhile, we have Hornswoggle, and he comes into the ring, and he's hitting everybody with chairs. Spud actually gets the pin on one of the Bravo brothers. And then Hornswoggle, for some reason, turns. Well, I guess he got tired of being patted on the head by his tag team buddy over there, Spud. He hits him with a power bomb. Don't ask me how. You had Spud standing on the rope, and anyway. And then he hits the tadpole splash off the top rope. Really, really cool stuff, giving Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee the win there. They get the pin. Lashley and Eddie Edwards are still outside fighting, and Ricky Morton is still stuck on that damn up there in the air. And Road Warrior Animal comes out and starts laughing at them. Really, really funny stuff. The DCC arrived, and they had like all 7 members. Remember what I said at WrestleZone Radio? Remember what I said here? That I believe there are going to be many, many more members of the DCC. I don't know how many. I don't know who they are, but I have a feeling there's going to be more than just 3. I'm thinking 6 guys. But anyway, we had a bunch of jabronis in the mask, and they get beat up by the Decay. This one jabroni takes off his mask and gets choked out, gets knocked out, and he actually takes the pin. And, well, basically, Cowboy James Storm doesn't get to do anything, and he's absolutely pissed off. I don't even know the guy. Anyway. So the DCC's out. They really don't make an impact here on this show. Janice makes an appearance. We have the Hardys, we have Jeff Hardy tries to light the firework cannon inside the ring, but he gets a low blow, get hit right in the yam bag from behind the back from Crazy Steve. Vanguard 1 comes in and saves the day as Abyss was trying to hit a down Brother Nero with, I'm trying to remember some of this stuff too, Brother Nero with Janice. It was just a complete pendulum. You have Vanguard 1 targeting in with a giant cannon strapped to his chest. That's if a drone has a chest, which if he did, that's where it would be strapped to. And he started shooting and saved the life of Brother Nero. Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett try to take out Matt with shovels, but guess what? There's a hurricane coming through. Sugar Shane Helms is now reincarnated into the good guy, the superhero, the Hurricane. And he saves the day, and Broken Matt and Hurricane now, who is on the good side, get the 1, 2, 3. Now, Broken Matt said something really, really funny, and I'm going to paraphrase this. Matt says, because they started to actually physically digging a hole and burying Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee. And he says, Broken Matt says, even the man with 3 H's would appreciate how we buried this young, talented tag team. And they get the big thumbs up. I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, Bobby Lashley gets a spear out of nowhere from Hornswoggle, brushes that off, but out of nowhere, the World Heavyweight Champion Eddie Edwards jumps off the roof of the house and lands. Well, I think it was the roof of the house, something along that line, maybe out a window or something like that. I couldn't really tell. There's a lot going on, and does a crossbody on Bobby Lashley. Now, I don't know what happens here. I need you guys to help me out because a lot of stuff was going on. Did he get the pin there? Did he win? Do they continue fighting? Because I don't think we got a finish to that match. Do they continue to the next week? I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to look back and watch this again, but I wanted to get this video up as soon as possible. Now, the Decay and the Hardys are the last 2 tag teams, and they're fighting on the Hardy symbol. The Hardy symbol is now on fire, the giant Hardy symbol that's outside. And Matt gets Janice, and Matt says to Abyss, this is going to sting a little, impaling Abyss. Just hitting him right in the gut with the big spiked bat or the spiked wood board. Totally taking him out. Crazy Steve gets a twist of fate on the mouth of the volcano. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Everybody is fighting on the mouth of the volcano. I've totally left that out. Everybody, and the volcano erupts and explodes, knocking everyone all over the place. It was just crazy. Now we move forward, and Brother Nero hits a twist of fate. Freaking crazy Steve falls into the volcano, gets exploded, shot out of the volcano, up in the air, onto the ring somehow. I don't know how the hell that happened. And Broken Matt gets the pin for the 1, 2, 3. And as we go off the air, the Hardys and they're all celebrating, and Matt is like, how wonderful, all 6 of us are here together as a family. And Reby turns around and says, she touched her tummy and she says 7. So apparently Reby Sky is pregnant. There is going to be another broken baby here as part of this family. And Hardy, Matt goes, you're pregnant? Wonderful. Dude, listen, all in all, this was just crazy. I've never seen anything like this, guys. And if you guys are looking just for like pro wrestling, or this was pure entertainment, and I was absolutely entertained, guys. You know, before you judge it, before you judge TNA, before you know, put it down, before you watch it, keep an open mind and just understand that this was some really fun stuff. Never seen this stuff before. Really loved the structure of this. I loved how they put everything together. I mean, this last match lasted about an hour. It was just so much to follow, so much to take in. I'm going to rewatch it again, guys, and give you some more opinions maybe next week. But listen, guys, again, maybe, you know what? Check out WrestleZone, guys. It's going to be the Impact Rebellion with me and Ben Hameen. We're going to be doing a review of this also, depending on when you're watching this. I'm taping this 12/15/2016. So listen, guys, I got to get out of here. But look, hey, this has been your TNA Impact Report, total non-stop deletion. Ladies and gentlemen, like I always say, I would do this for a living, but if I can, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. And in the words of the legendary Bill Apter, I'll see you at the matches. In the word of my brother, Bill Schuyler, I'll see you down the road. Leave your comments here below, guys. Let me know if I left anything out. I mean, this was absolutely crazy. I got to get out of here. Peace out, guys.